Welcome to T-Smack, home of the T-Smack. May I take your order?
Hello there, everyone, and welcome to an all-new episode of Talking Smack, where we talk superheroes, movies, animation, comics, and much, much more. I am your host, Josh Scar, and I'm flying solo today to talk about Super Bowl trailers. Going to be a different style of episode because normally we would have a back and forth, me, Alex, Matt, whoever might be joining. In this case, with me flying solo, what I'm going to do is we're going to watch the trailers, which means you're going to hear the audio, and then I'm going to respond to it. It's not a reaction. I just want to put that up front. It is not a reaction video kind of thing where I'm going to be sitting there like, oh my God, Tom Cruise is running. I'm so emotional. None of that stuff. No. Maybe I'll shed a tear when the mutant dinosaur human hybrid shows up in Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know. But I want to preface, among other things, I have not watched any of these trailers yet. I have refrained from watching any of these trailers in the last almost week that some of these have been available. I think the Fantastic Four trailer came out on Tuesday, February 4th. I've seen screen captures and stuff on social media, it's hard to miss, but I have not watched the actual trailer yet. So I have no idea what the context is for any of this stuff. I haven't watched the Jurassic World trailer. We're going to go through some of the big ones from that came out through the Super Bowl, or just leading up to the Super Bowl. The ones we're going to cover are Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Jurassic World Rebirth, which there's two. They released the big trailer, and then there's a 1-minute trailer that they released with the Super Bowl. So I kind of want to watch both just to see if there's any additional footage or context we might be able to glean. I don't want to, but I kind of want to cover the How to Train Your Dragon trailer. I'm not interested in this movie as a remake, other than just to see how one for one this is, and is it truly a needed remake, which none of them really are. Then we're going to finish off with the Marvel twofer. We're going to do the Thunderbolts, and then we're going to do Fantastic Four First Steps, and we're going to call it a day. But first, we need to hear from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Justin Henson over at the Movie Wire. We'll be right back.
In a world with so many movies to choose from, one hero will rise. The Movie Wire Podcast with host Justin Henson. Tune in wherever you listen to podcasts.
And we're back, and we're going to dive straight into this stuff. So the first thing we're going to listen to is I'm going to watch the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning Super Bowl trailer that they released. They released a full-fledged trailer not too long ago, but this is the Super Bowl 30-second spot that they released. So we'll be right back, or we're going to watch this, and then I'll be right back to give my thoughts.
It's been a long time, Ethan.
Your mission, should you choose to accept. Everything you were, everything you've done, has come to this. I need you to trust me. One last time.
So, a few things that I took away from this Super Bowl TV spot. They pretty much gave away that Palm Clementif's character is going to join the Tom Cruise team in this movie. Probably one of the worst kept secrets that you could glean from the end of the first movie, or Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Dead Reckoning, Part 1, but not Part 1 because they got rid of all that. The guys over at I Have Some Notes did a really great episode doing a rewrite on Dead Reckoning Part 1, and I would strongly recommend going to listen to that episode from I Have Some Notes. Gave me a lot of refresher and looking forward, because the big stunt that they seem to be doing is that they're flying a big biplane. It makes sense because they have to go analog to fight the entity, because the entity is able to hack into all the electronics. So going through just a purely mechanical plane to try and do something makes a lot of sense in this film. There isn't a whole lot else other than, again, just setting up the stakes and being one last ride. So still very much looking forward to it. I enjoy the Mission Impossible movies, even though Tom Cruise is, to borrow a phrase from Alex, allegedly a horrible person. But the Mission Impossible movies are just so damn good that it's hard not to enjoy them, even with him being involved. So we're going to move on into probably I don't want to say it's like my least anticipated film of the year, but it's one of my biggest whys of the year. The only thing going for it really is Gareth Edwards is involved. So let's get into the first of two trailers for Jurassic World Rebirth.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my God.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less?
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Move up towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Maybe we should make it quick.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst were left here. We put ourselves in a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
Oh boy, where to begin on that one? So the trailer opens with a very gratuitous banner, when dinosaurs roam the earth, falling, which is obviously representative of when the T-Rex roars at the big climax of the first film. I was a little intrigued because it seemed like it was maybe more building a team kind of movie, like we're getting ready for a heist with Scarlett Johansson and handsome nerd guy being like, "Ooh, can you protect you? I'm Frodo and Bilbo. Can you please, can you guarantee my safety?" No. Sorry, I have no love for this franchise anymore. Like I will always love the first movie, but anything after Jurassic Park, maybe after The Lost World, like that, it's just diminishing returns in my opinion. This looks like they're kind of taking a big mishmash of all of them, mostly The Lost World. And at around minute 35, when there's that tonal shift, yeah, there's a human hybrid that's going to get unleashed. That's going to be the I-Rex of this movie. They don't seem to be hiding it too much other than they're like shrouding it in mystery. Like, what is it? Oh my gosh. It's pretty obviously going to be a human dino hybrid. But also they say in the trailer that these are dinosaurs that were too dangerous for the parks. Then why the hell did they make them other than to make this movie? That makes no sense. It's so stupid that John Hammond would be like, let's make this one and this one and this one and this one. Oh man, these are too dangerous. Let's not destroy them. We'll just let them roam here with no real system of checks and balances that apparently exist anymore. It's a big leap in logic from they intentionally created brachiosaurs, raptors, T-Rexes, even Dilophosauruses and raptors and whatever else, to we just threw everything in the blender and saw what came out. Like there's a nice fake out with the tail when they're in the tall grass or something. You've got the nerd guy and there's the tail. You're like, oh, it's a raptor. Nope, it's some weird spiny long neck dino. I like the Quetzalcoatl, pterodon kind of thing where they're trying to steal DNA from the egg. It's about time some of those dinos got some play in these movies. But overall, the only thing that is any kind of positive in this movie right now is Gareth Edwards knows how to do spectacle, and he knows how to show scale. I'm going to begrudgingly go see this movie only because I think it's good content for the podcast, but I'm going to pay as little money as I can to go see this. So I might take a day off of work and try to go to an early matinee show or something, or maybe I'll just go on a Saturday morning. I don't know, but it's nothing in that trailer was like, ooh, Jurassic Park, yay. Like nothing can recapture the original Jurassic Park, and what they're trying to do with this franchise just makes no sense. I did see an IGN article where they were talking about how the name Jurassic World has not paid off its namesake yet because we have yet to really see the world inhabited by dinosaurs again. And I don't want that. Like, that's not interesting if you put these dinosaurs on a large scale across the world like that. If you're going to do that, just do Dino Riders, which is what I've been saying since Jurassic World 1. That just, I don't know. It's just dumb. So let's see if we can get anything from the second trailer. This one's only about a minute long, so let's check it out.
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
We'll avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst, we're left here.
Cover! Duncan!
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
Yeah, mostly just the same stuff, although it does seem to reinforce my idea that this is a human dino hybrid because it's walking around on knuckles, kind of like a Tarzan or even a Cloverfield monster. Yeah, it's a lot of look at all these close calls that now you've seen in the trailers, so you're not going to have any anticipation for them. They're not going to be surprising at all and whatever. I just, why did I do this to myself? I should have spaced these out better. How to Train Your Dragon is next. Let's just continue the Doom train here.
I'm the first Viking who wouldn't kill a dragon.
First to ride one, though.
All right, bud, you ready? Come on! Here it goes!
How to Train Your Dragon, rated PG.
Wow, so that one just gives away the whole game, huh? They show the big alpha dragon at the end of the sequence, the big final fight where Toothless and Hiccup are, joined as one and fighting, and they've trained their dragons, and now they're just, sorry if you hear all that stomping, my kids are not in bed yet. They've trained their dragons and they're working together to defeat the alpha and save Stoic and the remaining Vikings that are there to try and destroy the dragon nest. But overall, it just looks like a carbon copy, and there's no color to it. You can't, I need to pick me up. I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said already. How to Train Your Dragon it looks like it doesn't need to be done because the animated movie exists. And yeah, the idea is probably more in line with Universal is creating a theme park based around How to Train Your Dragon. So they want the name brand recognition and the merchandise so that there's a connection, but like re-release the movies, make a big advertising campaign like the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy back in theaters this summer. Like make a thing out of it because people love these movies. The animated movies are fantastic. You don't need to make it live action to refresh it, to revitalize it. You just need to bring it back out for a new audience because you're not going to recapture that magic, and especially in live action when you're just recreating scenes. So let's cleanse the palate and do the Thunderbolts trailer. This released alongside the Super Bowl. I don't know if they released the whole thing, but this is what was released on YouTube shortly after. So let's get into it.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep the American people safe?
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Look, please, John, stop! Where are you?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can rise to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little giddy toy.
Alexei, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Okay, talk about some tonal whiplash. Some cool stuff going on here. They don't show us Hyperion outright. They show the threat that he poses with this weird like shadow smashing kind of thing. That's kind of cool. The team stuff really feels like they're trying to rip off Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad. I do like that they hang a lantern on the fact that it's a bunch of punchy guys and then Ghost. Ghost is the only one with any actual like real superpowers that aren't just super soldier serum. It seems like it's going to transition into Bucky being the thing that brings them together, but Yelena is the glue that holds them together. So kind of like Iron Man being the catalyst to bring the Avengers together, but Captain America is what keeps them together. It seems like Yelena is going to serve that kind of role. David Harbour as Red Guardian is clearly having a blast and enjoying himself. I still don't buy the John Walker redemption and the song playing over the top. It's a little too Deadpool, where it's like, hey, look how serious this movie is, but we're going to have fun because remember this song and that song makes you feel happy. I don't know. I hope it's good. I want it to be good, especially because this is like the closest thing we're getting to an Avengers movie until Avengers Doomsday. So hopefully this is good. I can't give too much information on Hyperion. I'm not extraordinarily versed on him. Spoiler alert, the Bob character that shows up in the first trailer is Hyperion, but that's all I really have for you in terms of anything like that. But the trailer, I don't know that there's too much that really stood out to me other than the threat of Hyperion and showing like how he is just apparently killing people en masse without it being too brutal. Like he's just disappearing them into the ground and leaving weird shadow markings, kind of like I think it's Iron Man 3. Yeah, it's Iron Man 3 where they have like the explosions that leave the shadows of the person behind, and through the explosions that happen with the serum that they take. So Thunderbolts, I don't know. I want it to be good just because I want Marvel to rebound and elevating and escalating towards Doomsday and Secret Wars, because those are movies that need to be good, but this just feels more derivative than anything. And the color palette is just stereotypical Marvel gray and mustard yellow. Like there's not a lot of color popping in this trailer. So I hope there's something to it, and hopefully I'm just kind of missing it. But let's get into our last trailer with the Fantastic Four, First Steps, and then we'll get going, call it a shorty. Let's see what the first family of Marvel has in store for us.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what?
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again. That was a fantastic, no pun intended, fantastic trailer. Doesn't give too much away. The thing that stands out most to me in that case, or in that trailer, is the sound design and the aesthetic of the visuals is so purposeful. Like, you hear the rocks rumbling when the thing moves. When Johnny Storm is flying, you see like dirt on the camera lens. Like, there's a lot of really good detail in that one. I just said Thunderbolts looks gray and flat, where this is vibrant, and it's what you want out of a Fantastic Four trailer. I'm wondering if the big fireballs in the sky isn't an incursion. Like, I wouldn't be entirely shocked if that was like a post credits or something at the end where they tease Secret Wars with the incursions. I think the only thing that stood out to me where I was just like, that doesn't seem right, is the moment early on when Thing is talking to Herbie and he like takes a taste of whatever soup or pasta that they're making, and with the size of the thing and how he's tasting his finger, that's one of those like little animation tricks where I don't think they took into account his actual physical size, because his positioning is just a little off. It seems more like they like animated the hand to just kind of come up from off screen and into his mouth, and not take into consideration how his arm would actually look going into his face. They took more account of the camera angle than they did the practicality of how he would move in that situation. But the transition from like an old timey filter on the lens when it starts into the Marvel Studios logo where it stretches out and becomes high def and everything. Great touches. The retro futuristic look of their version of New York City. Great. I like Reed's chalkboard that he has where it's stretchy and it's weird looking. The only thing we don't see in this trailer out of anyone is Reed's stretching power. And I'm wondering if that's because it's such a hard superpower to nail down and get people to buy into without it looking too CGI. Because that's the one thing still that has not really been perfected in superhero movies yet. So maybe that's going to be a thing where we see it and holy cow, is it going to blow your mind? We get a little bit of a Galactus look. We get to see behind the head. Obviously that's on point. There's very little to walk away from this and be disappointed. I think we get a little bit of the Fantastic car, which kind of surprising that they went with. It has wheels. We're not going to show it flying just yet. We know it will fly because that's what they did at San Diego Comic-Con. I think the Thing design is fantastic. Again, fantastic is just my go-to adjective. I'm not trying to be punny or anything like that. I think the costumes look great. I love this cast from what I know of them. I can't remember the guy playing Ebron Moss, something like that. I forget his first name. The guy who's playing Ben Grimm, the Thing from The Bear. I like the little the little thing of him being a little bit of a cook. Just as maybe that's a nod to the Bear. Maybe it's just a comic book thing. I'm surprised they didn't have Herbie talk at all, because they did bring in a name actress, which I'm forgetting her name at the moment. She's from that Poker Face show on I think Peacock. She's also from the American Pie movies. I'm surprised they didn't let Herbie talk at all. And then we do know that there is going to be at least one Silver Surfer in this movie, and that's another thing they held back on. So kind of props to Marvel for holding back on some of these things and not just giving away the game right away. With that, let's call it a night and make myself a very easy edit with less than 30 minutes to go here. Among everything else, don't forget to join our Discord. It's where we have all the conversations regarding the movie trailers that drop, the movies that come out, video games, comic books, anything and everything in nerd culture. We have discussions about. I'm sure if you're a tabletop gamer, Alex would love to talk tabletop gaming, especially role-playing, D&D, and anything else like that. Please find us on all the social media platforms at Talking Smack Pod. We are on Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Hive Social, Facebook, YouTube. Email us your thoughts, questions, reviews, anything you might want to talk about. If you want us to bring it up on the podcast, email us at tsmackpod@gmail.com. Thank you to Leo Allen for our musical themes, Beppo and Retro Ale Studios for our avatars. Thank you to Joey Fitzgerald for doing our thumbnails. Please like, subscribe, rate, review on your podcatcher of choice. And most importantly, everyone, thank you again so much for listening. If you want to watch any of these trailers, I did include the links in the movie titles. So if you click Fantastic Four, it'll direct you right to YouTube and watch the Fantastic Four trailer and so on and so forth with all the other ones. So again, thank you so much for listening. Most importantly, take care of yourselves. And most importantly of all, watch Star Trek.
Who loves T-Smack?
I love T-Smack. Is it true? Mm-hmm. I do. Ooh.